Welcome, good people. This is another combat commentary. We're gathered here today to talk about this thing called life. No, I'm playing. We are talking about something that everybody, no matter what discipline you study, you need to know. This is called situational awareness, right? You need to know when and where to do. It's a common question asked by everybody who wants to know about martial arts. Well, what would you do if I did this move, such and such? Like, okay, let's say if I swing on my man Devin here, right? So, right, that's his first instinct. And so when in a confrontation, whatever your first move is correct, as long as you're moving. And so when situational awareness comes from, it's just like in The Art of War by Sun Tzu. You know yourself, you know your environment, and you know your opponents. If you know all three of those, you can fight 1,000 battles and never be in danger once, right? So let's just say, we in St. Louis, right? We're at Forest Park right here. So I'm jogging in the park. It's daytime, right? So cool. What if I feel like jogging at night? Not the brightest idea. Low lighting and not as many security forces. Security forces you might see maybe one or two cops and park rangers, right? So you've got to be on your P's and Q's because people will get robbed here, right? So first order of business, always keep your head on a swivel. Like, okay, know the route you're going on. Stay in well-lit areas, basic stuff, right? So if you're gonna do that, always stay away from dark corners. You see there's a lot of forest, hence Forest Park, there's a lot of bushes around. Anybody can leap out in the bushes, that sort of thing, right? So usually when you get attacked, your first instinct is your best. It's fight or flight. Either get away or engage. So what Devin and I were doing, earlier we were fighting from the clinch, right? He does Wing Chun, I do Tai Chi and Ninjutsu, right? So let's just say him and he's trying to, hurt me and take me off my feet, right? So I'm gonna unbalance and get behind him and get away, right? So that comes from staying balanced, knees bent, right? I bend my knee into his, I unbalance him, and I get away, right? So if you're smart, if you're doing something at night, look, we live in a savage world. It pays to be armed. You have the right to bear arms, right? So let's just say I have a gun, right? I'm left-handed. In my mind, he might not know I have the gun, but maybe he does know I have the gun, right? So let's just say, it's my left side. So let's just say we clinch up, right? And he figures out that I have a gun and he's going for my gun, right? So it's, half of the game is retention, right? Push him off, bam, 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 right? So if I know he's going for my gun, again, that comes from awareness. It's like you know yourself. I know where my body's positioned. I take superior position. That's half the battle in fighting. It's like Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground, right? Well, why is the high ground important? Because when you're on the high ground, it's easier to shoot down. It's easier to hit down. It's harder to swing up. That's why tall people are so dangerous, right? So, with that, you be aware of your surroundings. You be aware of who you're talking to. You might be out at a party, You might be thinking, like, as a woman, oh, well, this is a nice guy, right? He's handsome, but maybe he doesn't want to, maybe no doesn't mean no to him. Maybe he wants to get fresh with you. You have to know signs, body language. That's another thing. You got to read people's body language. People give off a certain body language that shows whether or not that they are aggressive or not. Like, okay, if I walk up on Devin, right? Let's just say I'm the assailant, and I walk up like this. His first instinct, get out the way. I make my shoulders bigger, I look mean, right? Again, so I play on that psychology of it. But if I come in at him like, I'm walking down the street, let's say he's the assailant, and I'm looking like, soft, right? And weak. I'm like, with my head down. He's looking at me like, what you gonna do? Type of situation. I'm walk with your head down. That's a sign of submission.
You might want to get off.
Right. So another thing, when you're out in situational awareness, you look people in the eye, right? You look people in the eye. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So with that said, it becomes all about situational awareness. You know yourself. You know who you're dealing with. You know your environment. You fight 1,000 battles, you never be in danger once. So with that said, train hard, get stronger, be water, my friends. Oh yeah.
Before you get up. So let's say, for example, this is common. Somebody which wants to be a little bit deceptive, if he says something like this. You got the time?
Yeah, buddy, I got the time right here. See, I already noticed I backed up. I kept my hands in front of me. But see, that comes from years of not only doing martial arts, but being in the security law enforcement profession, right? I don't do this. If I do this, what's gonna happen?
Knife.
Right.
Something.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna keep my guard. So that way. Right.
And space.
Right. So if he runs up on me, boom, boom, right? It's just like sparring. You keep your weapons in between you and your opponent. If your weapons are down here, you're defenseless. And just like the art of war, to beat an opponent, you attack them where they are defenseless, right? So if I'm like this, hey, the time is such and such, he has a hard time getting a move on me. I'm in southpaw. He goes this way, I can go this way. I can take his blind spot, right? So little things like that. Again, I suggest each and every one of you who watches this, not only study your art, but learn strategy. Good books to pick up would be, obviously, The Art of War, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, The 36 Stratagems of Ancient China, Lure the Tiger Out of the Mountains, 33 Stratagems of War also by Robert Greene, and The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. All those books will help you understand interacting with people and situations. And then combine that with studying your art. So with that said, once again, this combat commentary is coming to a close, so I want you all to study hard, get stronger, be water, my friends. And with that said, if you like what you saw, like, share, and subscribe. Turtle Sage, signing out.